Alright, this side is fit full, not as much as the outside. I'm boxed up there a little bit. One of the things that always bugged me about a slider is it not being a self-cleaning shoe. And I always thought it was my luck to get them damn horses with heels about this wide somebody wants slide plates on. So I want that thing to be clean from there to there. I want them to be able to walk through Clinic Road with packed up crap and pack that foot up, and first time they take a step it goes clean. Okay? So what I do most of the time is come in there, rate myself a line of clean. Alright? I ain't got that heel where I want it yet, so I'm gonna just do a little bit of that. Another thing is the toe. There's about 1 million different toes you can put on them. You got a horse. If you're making a generic toe, to me that's a pretty generic toe. It's not a real pointy toe, it's not a real bold toe. Sliding plate's not supposed to be set off the toe, is it? Should be fit full to the toe. You got the horse that's got a toe like that though. To me, I don't mind that at all, because I take that same generic toe and I'd start pulling that toe like a clip. Look how round that toe is. Nice big old bold round toe. But if the horse's foot is pointy, I can just start pulling that like a clip to fit that triangle shape of his foot. Alright? A little bit cold. Throw a little bit of heat on it. You see how that works though? You can just pull that toe out to fit the foot, whatever the foot shape is. If it's a big bold toe and it fits right off the bat, well now we can either rock it a couple different ways, or we can pull it, roll it. Several different things you can do from here. I like a rocker toe, not so much for the horse, but for who?
Rider.
Me. It's a clip. It's a clip, because once I've burnt that down into that foot like that, I got myself a clip. It takes a bunch of strain off the nail. Does that make sense? So I don't use it so much for the horse as I do for, because I could roll it off and do the same thing for the horse. I'll put the rocker on there for me to make sure they stay tight. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and smooth it up now. Smooth up that toe just a little bit. There's a couple different ways we can rock it. I can do this. Right? That gives me my clip and gives me a rocker toe. But what a lot of people don't realize, what I just put in there was a square toe. I just squared the front of his foot because I did it on the edge of the anvil. So what's going to happen to my horse when he's loping? I'm liable to get, I don't want that, you know, I don't want him to go around there smooth. So, the other way would be use the horn got rid of my rocker toe, but I got the roll. That way when he leaves the ground smooth. He doesn't got that snap. He goes snap off the ground. He leaves the ground smoothly. And it does this. It does work. It's one of those few things, it'll work. You can see it on camera. It's a difference. Okay? This is not my specimen. I just want to do a few things about... Alright. Everybody's got the toe, right? That's my idea on the toe. Smooth. And also locked into the foot to where it's going to stay on. Now my thoughts on the sliding. if I do that at the outside, what just happened? I shortened it, and or vice versa, I lengthened the inside. So when this horse is on the ground, that steel catching that dirt, it's going to want to help all it can. It can't make a bad horse into a good horse. It can make an average horse into a better average horse. Okay? But when it's sliding on the ground, we got more surface area over there, and we can start pulling just a little bit, that tiny little bit more. All right? Then what if I do? I do that a lot. I do that a ton because I grew up in the cowboy world. If you ever had anybody bring you horses in a cow trailer with that fanny wire in the bottom of the cow trailer, you don't want to see your siding plate load back up in there. You really don't, because you're like, God almighty, you're gonna pull that off. The other thing I like about this is the horse, we get hung up on one damn thing. One thing all the time. Well, the reining horse has got to do a lot of stuff, right? He got to do a lot of stuff. He also has to land on his foot. So however he lands, we got that long inside like we had a minute ago. He lands, first thing, he lands that heel first, and boy, that long heel pulls it in right now, right? It's going to grab it. It's liable to go on out depending on the muscle in that horse, but it's going to grab it. It's going to help some. But it's a jerk. If you put it on the camera, slow motion, I promise you, when that foot hits that ground with that long heel, it's a jerk on the horse. Do you like the horse or you want to win? You can put a little titty on it, start a nail hole, start it, drive it in. I like that way. And I'll tell you why, because if you just set it up on top of there and put your brass on, if you ever have one, just get ready to melt and start going, sliding off your shoe. Oh man, you gotta turn your shoe on with this thing sawed sideways. That is so ugly. So I'm a big fan of locking that bastard on there and then taking my tongs and facing it straight forward. And so I would do that for a horse too. Doesn't matter. I want it straight. Alright, we're back to the plain old keg shoe with a rocker toe. I want to put me a rudder on there. And I want that rudder because I'm not going to put this shoe on crooked. If I want a long heel, I put a long heel. I'm going to put this shoe on straight. I worked too damn long and hard to learn how to put them on straight and put them on crooked now. So, I want to put that rudder up here on solid foot. There's no solid foot back here. It's up here. I'll put my rudder, that's the start of it, right there. You wouldn't want to see, I wouldn't want to see one of these turned in with the caulk right on the back of the heel. Because there's no foot, there's nothing solid underneath there to hold it. straight or my crooked eyes are telling me. I was going to do that for somebody, and I'm thinking, could somebody do it to me? Really? How much heat it takes to melt that stuff. I don't know how much it takes to. It's fixing to go. Starting to get it running. You got to make sure that it's all gone. The first thing is to scrape all that nasty crap that just ran on your shoe off. Sharp part of the animal, right there, right? The next thing is to put your hammer and hold on it. I'm not pushing it in there, I'm drawing the heat out. I'm using my hammer as to draw the heat out of that top. But I want to cool that thing off as quickly as I can so that I can get to that brush while the rest of it's still hot and get it clean. Alright? If I've seen it once in a competition, I've seen it 9,000 times. The guy will get in a big hurry and go, whoop, and you watch these jarhawks fly across the arena, and you're like, yeah! But if you put it on there good, you got no worries, none whatsoever. Alright. From here, I'd rat my ass off. Get everything cleaned up. Check and make sure I'm still. I got a little bit of lean, but it's still in line. It's just crooked right there. Where's my... You're the one that asked. You got any questions?
Only thing
Travis.